People, it's me, Kinghuman, and back from another trip and catching up on emails and stuff. I always take my laptop with me when I go on a trip, and I try to answer your emails when I have a few minutes, you know. But if I'm out having an adventure, it's tough for me to sit down in front of a computer. But anyway, I had somebody asking me about the Fiverr thing. If you don't know what Fiverr is, Fiverr.com. It's a place where people post gigs. You can get almost anything done for like $5. People are willing to do any kind of insane thing for $5. And people were asking me, well, Kinghuman, how do you make money with this? I mean, come on. This doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure this out. I know you can go on here and find any number of things that people will do for $5. For example, they will make videos. They will create songs. They'll do backlink service for websites. I mean, that one thing alone. Let's say you find a guy who can add like 1,000 backlinks to a website for $5. Well, now all you got to do is make a website yourself. Make your own website. Call it, backlinkservices.com. Whatever. Don't ask me. You figure it out. And you write a big spiel about your backlink service, and you sell 1,000 backlinks for $50, and you go on Fiverr and you find a guy to do it for $5. Now that's just an example. I personally know of somebody that does this with video intros for websites. He gets a guy on Fiverr to make these flash intros, these custom intros for websites, for corporate websites and things. And he sells those video intros for between $150 to $300 a piece. Guess where you think he does the work? No. He outsources it. He goes on Fiverr and he's got these guys that create these things. Now, of course, the thing here is marketing your service, like the guy who sells his video thing. Now, he's got a tricky way to market his crap. I don't know what it is. But, like anything, it's marketing. But here's the deal. If you can use a cheap outsourcing service like Fiverr to get your product, basically your product is now your service. You're buying a service from a guy here for $5 and you're reselling it for whatever your profit margin is. It's no different than buying a product for wholesale and selling it retail. But like any of these things, the problem isn't going to be so much getting a good deal on your product. It's going to be marketing your services, and you have to be savvy about marketing. I've done a lot of I've gone to a lot of marketing courses in college, and I learned a few things here or there, and so that's what you want to do. You want to be able to learn some shit about marketing, and then this will be, a way for you to make money. Something you should look at. Go on Fiverr and check out some of these things that people are willing to do for $5. And you should be able to sit down and say, you know what, I could create a website around that. You know what, here's an idea that just came to my head. You put together a website, like I said, of, say, video intros or backlink services or script writing services or whatever. Go on Fiverr and find something right now like that. Create a website using my web host. Now I'm recommending my web host because it's easy. I'm not a programmer. I don't do this shit. I used to build websites and sell them, but the only way I could build a website is using these guys, because it's just drag and drop. If you can use a word processor, you can do this. It's no different than making a page of text on a word processor. drag in pictures, drop them in, add your text. In fact, they've got a lot of pre-made templates that you can just adapt and just change the wording on and throw this stuff up. So let's say you go on Fiverr and you find some guys that are willing to do backlink services for $5 per 100 or 500 backlinks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, backlink services, any of this stuff, yeah, Google in front of you. Use it. Don't ask me. So then you go to my host and you make a website, backlinkservices.com, blah, 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 blah. There's a turnkey business right there. Now you take that website, backlinkservices, blah, 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 .com, and you sell it on Flippa as a turnkey business. And you could just keep cranking out those websites. And then, of course, once the guy buys the website from you on Flippa, you can give him the source that you've gotten off of Fiverr. And, of course, when you list your website for sale on Flippa.com, you want to play up the feature that you're getting $69 per client for this service, and it's only costing you $5 to get the actual work done. So you're touting, you're showing this huge profit margin, and you're also touting the fact that you yourself or the new website owner will not have to do any of the work himself. It's totally hands-off, outsourced. Everything's in place, ready to go. So there's a couple of ways you can make money right there. Now, you can also flip the Fiverr, and rather than using it as a source for cheap goods and labor, service labor, you can make money on Fiverr yourself doing crazy shit. Doing crazy gigs. The secret to making money on Fiverr is putting up the maximum amount of gigs. I think you can do 20 gigs. And you always want to put a video in your Fiverr listing. So let's say you want to make, just put up 20 crazy crappy things. It doesn't matter. Let's say you come up with the idea, I'll go down to the mall in my town and I'll play my armpit while yelling your name as loud as I can in the middle of the mall, and I'll videotape it and send you that videotape for $5. Now, obviously, to make money at that, you can't go run to the mall one at a time. You got to create. You'll say, okay, I'll do this. It'll take me a couple of weeks, and you do it once. You go to the mall once, but you have like 5 or 10 people that want this thing, and you shoot them all at the same time. So you're not wasting time going to the mall every freaking time. Remember, you're only making $5 for this. Now, you say, oh, $5. Yeah, but you multiply that by 20 gigs that you've got up on Fiverr, plus the fact that there are going to be multiple people buying your gig. So, if you got 20 gigs, 5 people per gig buying your thing for $5, you do the math. And if you're a kid with, if you don't want to spend money on product, inventory, shipping, all that stuff, this is kind of a good way to try something. Anyway, somebody wanted me to make a video on Fiverr. I have no idea if this video made any sense at all to anybody, because like I say, I just got back from my trip and my head is throbbing. So there you go. At least I put something up. I got contests coming up, giveaways again. Somebody said start giving away those video cameras that you talked about. Yeah, okay, I can do that. I got all kinds of crazy crap. Plus the trade show is coming up. Oh, hang on. People get mad if that thing goes on there. The trade show is coming up. The ASD trade show is coming up at the end of this month. Look into attending if you can. Now, I get a lot of emails from people saying, hey, Kinghuman, I need a resale license to get into that thing. How do you get it? I can't go. Blah, 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 blah. Look, that's an obstacle. You have to overcome it. Yeah, if you need a resale license, go get a resale license. What's the matter with you? Come on. Now, when I was a kid, now I'm not telling you guys to go do this, but this shows you what a conniver I am, or was. Even I'm worse now. But those kind of little obstacles didn't stop me from going into business. What I did was I got my grubby little hands on a copy of somebody's resale license. I was too young to attend. I didn't have a resale license. All these bullshit things. You needed a resale license, a business card, and I think that's all you needed to get in. So I got a copy of somebody's resale license. I photocopied it, and then I white out their name, and I changed the number and made another copy of it. And I went on, got some guy to print me up some business cards cheap. I called myself some bogus thing. But it got me into the damn trade show. Forged documents when I was a kid to get into my first trade show. Booyah, it worked. It got me going. And then eventually I went legitimate. But, you know, that's my story. Nowadays it would be really easy to do because you could go on the internet and search resale license and you'll get a picture of it, and you could I'm not even going to tell you because you know, I know a lot of people are going to do that, but you know, my philosophy always was you do what you got to do to get your foot in the door, and then when somebody says, hey, you need to have a license to, you know, when they catch you, that's when you go through the thing and you say, oh, I need a license? Okay, I'll go get a license. But until then, you do what you got to do. You know, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission. So, you know, there you go. That was my philosophy. I haven't had that in a long time. I hadn't had to deal with that kind of stuff in a long time because I've been legitimate. You know, but when I was a kid and I had to get my foot in the door, I did whatever it took to get my foot in the door because nobody was giving me anything for free. Nobody was saying, hey kid, you want to be in business? Here you go. Hell no. I didn't have a Kinghuman telling me how to do shit. I didn't even have a computer. They didn't even exist then. So you guys got no freaking excuse. If you want to go in business, if you want to make money for yourself, you can do it. Just get off your ass, solve your problems, and do it. And do your research. Don't risk your money until you're absolutely sure something's going to work for you. Buy samples. You know, ooh, these glasses will sell. I've seen these glasses sell. Even if you see somebody else selling them on eBay for $1,000 a pair. You still test the market yourself. Buy a few samples and try them. Maybe there's another reason that guy's able to sell them for $1,000 a pair. You buy a shitload of them and you can't sell any of them for even $100 a pair. What's that about? Yeah, it happens. And I'll tell you why. I'll go into detail about that later. As you can see, I've spent a shitload of time on this video already. It's already up to 14 minutes. I never talk that long. What the hell is going on with me? Okay, I'm out of here. Booyakasha. Safe. Be cool.